Today, going to be showing you how to do MISCHLUFT style trance. You can get this project file, template, samples, MIDI, presets. The entire template from this video is available at the top of the description on my website. Definitely go grab that. It's the best way to make the best track of your life today. Thanks for the support, guys, and let's get started. Alright, we're at 160 BPM, and the first thing we have is our bass line. So what we're doing here is we got two layers. I'll show you the MIDI first. It's going, so we're in the key of F sharp minor. We're doing root, 7th, 4th, 6th. So you can hear there's a lot of tension in that chord progression. I think that's important with these trancey bass lines. The first sound is this operator patch. What we got is we have a saw wave, and then we have a square wave. The square wave's an octave down. There's no FM happening, even though it's operator, because we got this setting. Then I just got a nice low pass filter with a punchy envelope. I'm layering that together with this organ. Right, I've heard in a few of these tracks, it just goes really well with that trance bass, and it sits in the mix really well. So then we got our lead. So what's going on here is I have this pattern. You can hear there's a lot of call and response. Right, like we walk up and then we walk up. Again in the key of F sharp minor, so like this would be the root, the 9th, the 3rd. We have a 5th, 7th, 6th, right? Really basic voices. I've got this simple wavetable patch. It's literally just a saw wave. That's all it is. But then I'm using this auto pan. And it's giving it like this 16th note sort of trill. Which goes really well in these kind of tracks, right? I've got a little bit of delay, and then I've also got this auto pan to make it bounce off the kick as if it was being sidechained. Then we got our pad. Right, so here's the MIDI. It might seem complicated. It's really not. Like, you can see what we're doing is we got, alright, so basic F sharp minor chord, then going down here to this B major, or to this E major, but we're keeping the 5th from the F sharp minor. You know, up here we just have a 3rd, and then we have the 3rd for this chord, then we have another 5th. You can see it's not that complicated, but it creates this beautiful kind of wash of pad. And then for the sound here, we've got this Sarod wavetable, as well as a clip sweep. We've got the filters, just 2 low passes. And then you can see I've got a little bit of an LFO on the oscillator positions. And also on the pitches, a tiny bit. We've got this shimmer unison. I've got just a high pass filter, auto pan, to give it the 16 note thing, like the lead, so they fit together really well. And then we have this auto pan to make it bounce off the kick. And then we have our ARP. So this is the same MIDI that the pad was playing. I just copied and pasted it onto here. And then I have an arpeggiator. So without that, right, so what the arpeggiator is doing is it's jumping around 16th notes. I got the gate there, and then we have it on random. So it's not random notes, but it's random notes within this scale that you set. So it's never the same thing twice. It sounds really cool. And then for the sound, we've got a saw wave and a square wave together. The square wave is a little bit quieter, though. I find that helps. We got a low pass filter with an envelope, and then very important is we set it to monophonic. Right, it keeps the ARP really like tight and punchy. We got a little bit of delay, an auto pan to make it bounce off the kick, and then a high pass. So then we got these drums. It starts here with a 909 kick. What I did is I took this distorted one, right, which you can hear is a little bit too distorted. It's a little bit too hard techno for this stuff. But then what I'm doing is I've got a low pass filter with an envelope on it. And you can see we get just the nice punch at the start, but it gets rid of all that weird crunchy stuff at the end. This is great because basically to get this kind of like harder 909 like you want, that's really going to bounce with the bass, you need to distort the 909 kick. That's the secret. And then that gets the punch, but the problem is that it can kind of mess up the tail, right? And it can make it very like what you heard, you know? A little bit too crunchy. So this low pass method is the perfect way to solve that problem. We're cutting a little bit of sub out of it at 52 hertz, and then I'm converting it to mono. And then we've got our clap. This is just an 808 clap. However, I noticed something that this guy definitely does is he's pitching the claps up a bit and also bringing the sustain and decay down on the simpler. Yeah, you can even do it like that if you really want to and make it more like a rim shot. But I noticed this in a lot of his tracks. We got a little bit of some hi-hats from a loop. These house loops, but sped up, are really good for trance. We got a high-pass filter, and then we just got an auto pin to make it bounce off the kick. And then we have our programmed hi-hats. Right, so I got this main one, just a fat 909. And then we got these guys jumping around it. Right, and when you put all these hi-hats together with the rest of the drums, it's perfect. So, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, definitely grab this template at the top of the description on my website. Thanks for the support, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video.